Right guys, welcome down to an On The Road Tech Tuesday with myself and the wonderful Rick Shiels, and we are currently driving down towards the Belfry in what could only be described as the British summertime. And for this Tech Tuesday we are going to be doing a Jeremy Paxman style Q&A.
Everyone know who Jeremy Paxman is?
If you don't know who Jeremy Paxman is, have a look after this video. Just punch it into YouTube with some of his interviews. He's pretty brutal. He's like a political interviewer, and that's what Rick is going to be now.
Peter.
Yes, Rick.
Tell me about your childhood. I mean, let's start off with, and I know it's a heated topic at the moment.
Okay.
Expensive golf equipment.
Expensive golf equipment.
What's your thoughts?
Well, Rick. Shall we be really political about it? Well, Rick, thank you very much for that question. I've read the report, and I can see the argument from both sides. No, I mean, at the moment, everyone seems to be doing it. So Callaway have just brought out their Epic Irons as well, which are going to be retailing. How much are they retailing for? Do we know?
I haven't even got hold of any to test yet. I believe they've been driven up to me in an armoured vehicle with 3 security guards, a patrolling helicopter, and handcuffed to a briefcase to a 7-foot bouncer.
Wow. So
pretty expensive, I think.
Yeah, pretty expensive. So it's super expensive, and then you've got the new, the Titleist irons. You've also got the PXG stuff. You've got those JP wedges titles coming out, and all the rest of it. And everyone seems to be seeing that there's a gap in the market right at the top for super expensive irons. And I don't. You know, it's one of those things where if you've got the money, then you can spend it on whatever you want. I mean, it's your money. You can do whatever you want. But I just can't get my head around the performance aspect of it. You know, these clubs are not going to be performing that much better to justify the cost versus other already premium branded clubs. So, you know, the Callaway Epic Irons, are they really going to be performing much better than the XRs, for example? I really don't think so.
I think there's a talking point around these expensive golf clubs at the moment, as you would imagine, and I completely get it. The thing is, what the manufacturer's got to be careful of is how they position these golf clubs. If they position these golf clubs as so much better, all singing, all dancing, I think that's wrong to do that. I think these golf clubs are just effectively, the research and the background that's gone into them almost predicts the price, almost warrants the price, the experience that you get. You see that in the JP wedges. It's more of a luxury, i.e. the materials are better, the research has got into it better, and they look, in all intents and purposes, more expensive than the normal golf clubs that are available at still an expensive price, bearing in mind.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are drawing the car comparison. I don't think the car comparison works with this.
I think that's completely wrong. So what I mean by the car comparison is that comparing I'm trying to think of a good example, like a Ford Fiesta that we have here in the UK. I don't think they have them in the States, just a really small little run-around car, against a Ferrari or a Lamborghini. The price difference is substantial, probably 10-20 times more expensive, but there is performance benefits. The Ferrari goes faster, the Ferrari sounds better, the Ferrari has better stabilisation, the Ferrari has better brakes, better engine, gears, whatever, all of it. It's measurably better, and to blend it in that it looks fit and sexy. Fit.
I think a better example is probably going to be watches. So watches, they noticeably do the same thing. So they both tell the time.
Yeah.
But everyone really wants a Rolex than they do a Timex, for example.
But I don't agree with that so much, in the fact that you can even compare them with watches. Because watches, you could buy an expensive watch, as long as you look after it, and you can, even if you don't look after it, it can still get polished out. It can actually maintain its value and sometimes even increase in value.
Yeah, there are very few golf clubs like that. I mean, you
can't do any.
Rare Scotties?
Scotty Camerons maybe, actually, yeah.
Rare Scotties.
Or like a Ping, or the really old Ping originals.
Yeah, but it's more luck than judgment, I think, with a lot of those.
That's what you find in your granddad's attic or something.
Yeah, absolutely. So, it's very hard to find that comparison, but I think if you are willing to spend that type of money on golf clubs, then, by all means, you can absolutely knock yourself out.
You know what I see a comparison to, and I honestly do believe this? I can see a comparison in clothing, suits. Let's say suits, for example. You could buy a suit, a three-piece suit that looks like a suit that you wear.
I mean, if you're going to buy a suit, you come out looking like a suit. That's a successful trip.
You buy a suit, and let's just say it's £100 for a three-piece suit. You get it from a high street retail store, and you can go to a wedding or a function, and people go, "It's a lovely suit. You look great." You could also then go completely different, and you could go and visit Savile Row. So a tailor's road.
I was thinking Savile Row.
Down in London, it's pretty famous, isn't it? You can get a tailored suit, and this tailored suit is the nuts. The material that they make it out of is incredible. The tailoring is incredible. The fit is incredible. But you will still turn up to that wedding or that function, and someone will still go, "It's a nice suit." It's still a suit. A suit from Next, so a retail high street store, or a suit from Savile Row is still a suit. You will turn up to a wedding or a function still in a suit.
You know what? I think a Savile Row suit would look noticeably better than a suit from Next.
But it does.
Noticeably better.
But we're saying that in the clubs. I think the expensive clubs look noticeably better than a lot of clubs that are already out there.
Yeah, but a suit is specifically designed to look good. That's its one function.
I think
now a golf club, that's designed to get a ball from A to B. That is the function of it.
But I'm talking about the comparison. I'm talking about the comparables. If you were to compare a golf club with a golf club, a £100 golf club to a £1,000 golf club, performance is going to be so similar it's untrue. Performance.
Oh yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Wear and tear is going to be identical.
Yeah.
If you were to resell the golf clubs, both sets are going to lose price.
Yeah.
Measurably. But when the 1,000 golf club is in your bag compared to the 100 golf club that's in your bag, the £1,000 golf club will look better. Will have more attention drawn to it, and people will know that you have got an expensive golf club in your bag.
So
exactly the same as wearing an expensive suit. The material that suit is made out of is better than the £100 suit. The tailoring, the design, R&D, the design features of that suit are better than the £100 suit. At the end of the day, you will not get kicked out of a wedding for wearing the £100 suit. It is still a suit. The only time you're going to tell is when you open the sleeve of the inside and show off. And golfers, there are golfers out there that are the expensive suit wearers that like to show off the brands that they are wearing on that they are playing golf. At the end of the day, both of them are still suits. They don't perform any different to each other. One looks sexy than the other. One might make you happier when you're at the wedding. One might draw even more attention from the female sex in a different suit. But still, they are still suits. And if you were to sell that suit, they're both going to devalue in price. Okay,
so you may have forgotten this. We're still talking about expensive golf clubs. What are you doing, guys? As you go below, and just comment and let us know what you think.
I don't think there's a better comparable.
I definitely think there's a better comparable out there than that.
There
guys,
is not.
Go below and comment below. What is the best comparison to make? Because I'm not 100% sure about what. I can't even remember what we've just been talking about.
Why not the suits? Talk to me.
No, you know what? We've discussed the suits ad nauseum. We don't need to consult with the suit. Yeah, a lot. We don't need to discuss the suits anymore.
Guys, Jeremy, ad nauseum.
Jeremy, enough with the suits.
I think we've switched roles.
With the suits.
The next question. Suits. How do suits compare to golf clubs? Next question. I think a good question would be golf ball technology in 2017.
Okay.
It seems to have gone a little bit crazy.
Yeah. Well, everyone's gone for. I think everyone has seen now the Titleist.
It's not sponsored.
No, it is 100%.
It's not a sponsored coffee break.
I think everyone's seen the Titleist have the big share of the market, certainly the premium ball market, with the Pro V1. And they understand really that without that ball, you know,
it's recorded.
Without that ball, Titleist, you know, they just simply wouldn't be the same force. Without that ball, if you think about what they do as far as golf clubs, everyone has a bigger market share than them. Everyone of the major manufacturers. So they're
Factually correct.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So their only, their big pulling power, their big profit comes from that ball. Now everyone's seen that and gone, well, you know what, we can have a bit of that. So TaylorMade have gone mental with their new ball and actually produced a really good ball. That's what I'm using at the moment. Callaway's obviously got the Chrome Soft and Chrome Soft X, all the rest of it. And then you've seen so many little manufacturers, don't want to belittle them, but gorilla ball manufacturers, so your Vices,
New
Snells,
ball manufacturers,
and Kirkland with Costco and all the rest of it, they've started to release these balls, which are also performing well. And now all of a sudden people are going, you know what, there are other options, genuine other options out there. And they're starting to diverge, they're starting to try different things. I think it can only be a good thing. I think Titleist they've made a great ball this year, but they've messed up a little bit, I think, by doing the X and the V the wrong way around. So for people who don't know, the X this year spins more than the Pro V, launches higher, which doesn't really seem to make a lot of sense. That's not, you know, current with what they
I must admit, it's been hard for me because I've always typically used Pro V1, the V.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never used the X because I've never liked the feel of it or the lack of spin of it, let's say. And this year, the X without question suits me more because it's effectively last time's Pro V1. But it's actually a bit of a psychological switch for me. I don't feel like I'm as comfortable with the X ball. You know, when you're just used to. I think that's a big mistake from this year. And I don't know why they did that. I don't know whether it's an accident or whether it was something planned.
It doesn't seem to make any real sense.
No.
Everyone knows that the X spins less, it feels firmer. So why did make that switch now? I don't get it. I don't get why you really want to change that winning formula. But
crazy. Here's an interesting story I want to share with the group.
Okay.
So, a few weeks ago, I was invited down to the media day of PXG. So PXG, we're not going to go on to suits again, don't we?
Oh God, you're not going. Okay, go on, tell the story.
So,
strap yourselves in.
Now this is a good one. It's only a small one. I have done a PXG video yet, but yet to release it because I'm trying to condense it down from 2 hours to a 20-minute video. However, there was a moment where Bob Parsons, the man who owns PXG, the multi-billionaire, he was talking about when PXG first got into the game and what they wanted to make. And they wanted to make golf clubs, and they also wanted to make golf balls. Bob Parsons is not a poor man.
Understatement of the century, that.
Bob Parsons, if he wants to create something, from all intents and purposes, he will create it. So what he did, he started to do some research about golf ball technology. And he took all of the golf balls from the leading manufacturers and tested them. He pumped in, I think I'm right in saying this, tens and tens of thousands of dollars of money into research for the golf ball.
Probably a lot more than that, I would have thought.
Let's call it hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? Almost immediately, he stopped research, he stopped production, he stopped everything and said, I'm not making a golf ball because there is no way the Pro V1 can be beat. I can't make a ball that goes further, I can't make a ball that goes higher, spins more, flights better, durability, everything. And this is the guy who when he wants it to happen, that must have hurt him to say I can't make a ball better than Pro V1. And he said that publicly to everyone in the room. He's not going to boast another company. He's not going to boast Titleist if he doesn't need to. He's not going to big him up. So for that to come from him carries a lot of weight.
That is hello. My.
Mercedes, yes.
Right, guys. Thank you so much for watching.
Before anyone asks, no, we've not been drinking. It's 11 a.m. in the morning. We've not been drinking.
It's just been a very long drive. Right. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like the video, share it around, subscribe to Rick as well. And we'll see you next time. Stay tuned for the videos which are coming from the Belfry as well. Loads of cool stuff coming. Stay tuned for a video. When's the Callaway driving thing coming for you?
Oh mate, that's going to take...
It's going to take a long time. Stay tuned for that. I'll actually watch that video.
Oh wow, thanks mate.
It's alright.
There's going to be 15 videos, so...
Okay, man.
Do you watch it?